We're checking on what's going on at the surface here, where things are really quite clear all across central Florida, up into the Panhandle. A couple more clouds, some showers as we get kind of further down into the Keys areas around Miami, Fort Lauderdale, but a chance for some showers for you today. But this cold front, that's going to be our main weather story the next couple of days. It's bringing us our coolest temperatures so far of the season as we get just a day or so away. So for today, mild conditions, and even in fact just ahead of where that front is, dew points are slightly up this morning, just a touch, but maybe a bit more humidity in the air today. We're at 70 and 71 in St. Pete for our dew points, but then we get up to Brooksville, 62 there, and that real dry air, 40s and 50s all across North Florida. So much drier conditions for them, but that's what's on the way for us. And so as we look ahead to Wednesday night, especially on into Thursday morning, we're going to have all of that drier air filter in across central Florida, and so that's going to dip our dew points down into the 40s and 50s. So a much drier air mass moving in overhead, and really with high pressure and the drier air that's been sitting over the state, we really have not had any rain or storms to talk about over the last several days. That's what we definitely need here. We're just waterlogged as far as how much rain that we've seen, and we've been talking about it for the last several days. Regina out on it this morning with those water levels still above flood stages, and so they're really taking their time to drain and recede out back to normal and below flood stage levels. So for the day today, no rain on the way. That is good news. We look ahead to tomorrow, where still maybe a shower or two tries to move through with that front, but you can see the brunt of that stays out into the Gulf. So what we will notice, a bit more of a breeze, more cloud cover out there tomorrow as it kind of sinks across the area. But really a lot of the state with that drier air, not going to see too much in the way of rain. So this is generally a dry but a breezy front as it rolls through. So through the day tomorrow, we'll see those steady winds closer to that 15-mile-per-hour range. Those are coming in out of the north. So that is certainly going to be a cool breeze that continues all day on Wednesday, with the potential for some winds to gust up to that 20, maybe 25-mile-per-hour range. So certainly will be noticeable, add a little bit of an extra bite to the air, as temperatures for some of us are going to be topping out in the mid and upper 70s. So tomorrow we kind of start that cool down. This is going to be very short-lived, but the coolest for us is going to be on Thursday morning, as we really wake up area-wide in the 50s rather, with 40s as we get just north of the greater Tampa Bay area. So around the Nature Coast, possibly starting out our Thursday with some upper 40s here around the area. We're checking on our rainfall totals so far at the Tampa International Airport. 78 inches at this point for the year. We compare that to last year, we've only had 30 inches. And so we are kind of heading into our dry season with a ton of rain around the area. Quick check on the tropics for you, as we're watching two waves right now. This area in orange, kind of out in the eastern Atlantic, this is the one that has a better development chance in the next week. 60% odds we see this develop. It's being called Invest 94L. And then this other little blob of yellow here, 30% chance for that to develop. You can kind of see there's some broad rotation here, and so this kind of little area right around Central America is highlighted for a chance to get some additional spin. And here's a look at Invest 94L, well out into the Atlantic, but this is heading in the general direction that we'll be keeping close tabs on it. And so maybe later this week we talk about some rain moving in for Puerto Rico, but it's really not until it gets closer to the Caribbean where it has a chance to strengthen. And then you can see a lot of our models curve that down to the south, and the reason for that is the cold front that I'm talking about. That's some strong steering flow, and it kind of will act as a block for the state of Florida and the East Coast. And so that's why some models, they curve off to the north, others curving down to the south. So at this point, it's not an area of concern for us because a lot of key components going on, and we're looking closely at the timing, but this is really going to act to keep things quiet for us across the southeast. And so that is some good news, as we don't need any more tropical systems to be heading our way. And so we'll keep you updated. Of course, we'll let you know if any of those become areas of concern, but for right now, nothing for us to worry about. 86 for today, warm sunshine, a bit more humid. 68 for tonight, mainly clear conditions with that sunset right around 7 o'clock. And then tomorrow, I'm forecasting a high of 78 here in Tampa. Few more clouds, but I don't really think a whole lot of us will see any of those showers. And then from there, upper 50s as we start Thursday morning, but then we're back to those sunny conditions with a stretch of 80s to end the week.